Now, we're going to be implementing something new for days 4 through 6. It's not going to be broken down the way that this is. Days 4 through 6, well, actually, Peter, you want to take it away?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you're going to notice that this training process is acknowledging that training is an organic experience. Acknowledging that even though we will try to standardize and franchise everything to a T for you, there are also so many other variables and unexpected things that are going to happen in a store, or with a trainee, or with a schedule, or with the managers in that store, whatever the case may be, that you will need to adapt to. That being said, adapting to it in such a way that you're still maintaining the structure that's being put in place here is the most important part of following this training procedure. So days 4 through 8 basically are going to be focus days. There are going to be focus days across the length of 4 different days. And you as the trainer get to dictate which focus day you would like to do on what day of training in accordance with your training and how you, and what the scope of your store is and what days you're doing them. So when you do store focus day for store opening, they'll fill out the store focus day WUFU day email. It won't be the day 4 WUFU quiz. It will be the store focus day WUFU quiz. And that might happen on day 5 or day 6 for you, depending on when your Wednesday hits. Or if you have to open on a Thursday, for whatever reason it is, I have my car broke down and I only have 2 agents and lottie poopy pants and all the other stuff that comes up, then okay, then I guess they're going to have to do their store opening quiz on Thursday. Oh, but the manager said he doesn't like us, so Looty Doody Fatty Poopy Pants happened again. We have to open on Friday, Bigly Watsits. Okay, well, I guess you're going to do your store opening focus day on that day, which means you better be in another store doing your store opening or doing your other focus days beforehand because you can't fall behind. Because by day 9, it's yes or no. It's are they going through or are they dead to you? And if they're going through, that means that you are willing to take a big CB and just sear it right onto their butt. So that everybody who watches them pitch and watches them work and sees how they feel about protocol and everything else knows Chad Bender. That's the tattoo. That's the branding. That's there. That's what day 9. That's what day 9 is. These focus days need to happen between them so that you catch up to that day. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. So I'm going to go over the focus days. You have them written down. And then after that, just know that we understand this is an organic process and that those focus days are going to happen when you want them to happen as the trainer. You can switch out and switch in as much as you want. As long as what?
You don't fall behind.
You don't fall behind. Correct. Store opening focus day. You're going to give the trainee the store setup training packet, which is being given to you right now. It's a complete breakdown of the proper way to set up a store, written by Mr. Rick Coffey, so you're welcome. You get the chip. So store opening day, you're really going to focus on what to do when opening the store. Trainees got to get there early with you. You've got to show them that they get their full show schedule up on time no matter what. Okay? And you're going to give them that setup packet and go through it accordingly step by step. This is also a good chance to instill the always be turning day. Because one of the things that everybody forgets as a trainee is always be turning the managers on day 1 of training. I can't tell you how many times we've been in New York, in the New York market. They sent somebody in to go set up a store. It wasn't the right person for the job. We won't go into detail after that. We end up in the automotive section, in the back of the store, in the middle of nowhere, I'm like, what? Well, you know, man, I tried to like say that it'd be better for you. I don't know what happened, man. Like, the manager just said, like, no way, dude. Like, you just had to, like, be in the automotive department.
Alright, that's clearly an imitation of me.
Okay.
No, so, it's Tim Meyer.
I know.
Not using names here. Not using names here. That's not nice.
I understand.
Okay. But the moral of the story is that, you know, when you're training these agents and even your vets, they got to know to always be turning. Because you do the same store manager, same store, and you send Johnny Yanni in there, and he's like, no, I can totally understand that, but like, we have to do it this way, because, well, like, you know, it's just, you've got to always be turning. And it's the difference between being sent in the automotive department because a guy wasn't turning, and being sent to the automotive department and being like, no, man, we're going to make tons of money here. It's $24,000 on the table right now for your store if we get to be put in a prime location. You know, I can understand that you don't want to stuff up the traffic, which is why I've already selected this spot and this spot, which is going to work great for being out of the way of traffic, because I don't want to be in the way of it either. But also do, you know, the most money for your store, because that's what it's all about. Yes? Ms. Wilson?
Can you tell me the percentage that the store gets, just so I know that?
It's all different, and I don't know anything. I just write the scripts, Dr. Rick and Chad.
It depends on the chain that you're working in.
What is
Walmart gets
Walmart?
$13 a set.
That's what they get, $13 a
You
set?
know, Walmart gets 38%.
38%, okay.
So that's store opening focus day. That's a good chance to all cover the always be turning. Okay. Next, does everybody understand store opening focus day? What happens then? What the big deal is? The big deal is getting the store up and still having a full day. So once the store open happens, what can that focus day then become? Not yet, but good idea. And yeah, anything you missed in days 1 through 3 that you're like, oh, they're still not with that on their script. Your store open day is going to be your refresh day for all that once the pitches start flying. Because they got nothing else to do after the store is open, that focus day is kind of done. Use that time, don't just be like, okay, well I guess we'll pitch now. Use that time to make up for anything you missed in day 1 through 3. Because there's a plethora of information that you guys are going to be working your butt off. And you know what, let's be real honest with each other. Not 9 times out of 10, but is it going to be perfect every single time?
No.
No. So that's your chance to make it perfect.